Tituzanyiwe, meaning triumph. I cannot believe my mother and my father named me that, triumph. Why? At the time the baby is born, what triumph were they thinking of? And then I spent all my life in the course of this country on triumph. They came, they colonized us. They colonized the continent. All those people who had a fairer skin than ourselves. And after looting Africa, they turned around and called us a third world. The first world was made out of the blood and sweat of the third world.
With AK-47s because you haven't got any. We are got these hands, our power, the people's power. We are going to dismantle apartheid. We are not prepared for any so-called reforms to apartheid. You cannot reform a sin. Apartheid is a criminal act against mankind. We are no longer prepared to tolerate that criminal act by a minority. The white man has the audacity. He is 3.5 million. We are 30 million. The regime can go to hell. Power to the people! Power to the people!
Nobody announced the start of her campaign. She just arrived in the middle of a quiet meeting in Soweto and set it alight. Her first political speech here in nearly 15 years.
I am back with you where I belong.
It was not far short of a call to arms.
This is now the right time to take your country. We shall use the same language the boys are using against us. They know only one language, the language of the custards. We have no arms. We have stones. We have boxes of matches.
While she was speaking, the army sent 2 armoured columns into Soweto, a show of strength and a different campaign to win hearts and minds. Heavily armed white conscripts got down from their trucks and armoured cars to hand out copies of their magazine Warrior on Soweto's street corners. The front page carried the message, "The Defence Force is your friend." Mrs. Mandela, unnoticed by the security forces, slipped out of Soweto to make another speech on the West Rand. The news had gone ahead.
We bring up the white man's children. We could have killed them any day we wanted to. What are you doing here, killing our people? What are you arresting our people for?
I do not know that.
You do not know? What are they doing in your van? Why did you go and take them from that Sparta camp when they've done nothing to you? Amanda! 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 You, the workers of this land, you, the mothers of this country, you are gathered here as testimony to the fact that you are the rightful owners of this land. And towards the fulfillment of those aspirations, you have given up your lives for, our children have given up their lives for. We are here today to tell you that that day is not far when we shall lead you to freedom.
I have relieved Nomzamo Winnie Mandela of her position. This decision has been taken both in the interest of good government and to ensure the higher standards of discipline among leading officials of the government of national unity.
I am much angrier than him. It is true, I have personally found it very, very difficult to believe in the sincerity of the ruling class, the Afrikaner. I do battle with myself about believing their sincerity. As far as I'm concerned, we will watch that negotiation table. If anything goes wrong there, I will be the first to go back to the bush, take up arms, and fight the South African government.
Mama, some of those who sold out to the regime are here. And what is funny, Mama, is that they are crying the loudest, more than all of us who cared for you. Mama, the UDF cabal is here. The cabal that rejected you and disowned you and sent you to the brutal apartheid regime is here. When they called the press conference during the dark days of apartheid, when they called the press conference when the regime was prepared to kill, and said in that press conference, you are not part of them, they are here today. Mama, why did the UDF call a press conference to disassociate themselves from you? Because you were never a member of UDF. You were a member of the ANC. You were the only one who was pronouncing ANC in the 80s. Why did the UDF see the need to disassociate themselves with a person who was not their member? Mama, you never told me how we must treat them when they come here. I'm waiting for a signal, Mama, Nomzamo, all those who resigned from the NEC of the Women's League because they said they cannot be led by a criminal, they are here. Some of them are playing prominent roles in your funeral. In a funeral of a person they called a criminal. In a funeral of a person they were ready to humiliate in front of the whole world. They are here, I'm waiting for a signal on how we should treat them. We mentioned these incidences, few incidences, just to make them aware that we know what they did to you. They must never think we've forgotten what they did to you. We see you in your beautiful suits, betrayals, sellouts. We see you. Isolated you in Marikana, they are here. Mama, you said to us, we must come back to the ANC. We heard you. But which ANC do we go to? Of the same people who sold you out, of the same people who are ready to give you to the enemy. Mama, why did you leave us? Booyah, Ma, come back and leave after giving us a signal. We don't need these people to tell us who Winnie Mandela is. Winnie Mandela is our mother. We know her. We don't need George Fivers to tell us about Winnie Mandela. We don't need Stratcom to tell us about Winnie Mandela. We will celebrate Winnie Mandela forever, for as long as we are still alive. If it's true that the ANC honors Winnie Mandela, name the Cape Town airport Winnie Mandela Airport. Thank you.
The African National Congress is in government, but it is far from being in power.